dissatisfied with
Okay,
the
when we first arrived here, the ship guy told us that there was like a bar or something nearby, and bars typically give you side quests. There's also a man that was here when we were leaving, and we never talked to him. I don't know where he went. But he also...
Hey, you! You have a minute? I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Frontier.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew it! Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action?
Oh, he's a news reporter. Good people died and are injured. Was he supposed to meet me a long time ago?
Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're the first source I've ever met. This is great, great. My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness. There's credits in it for credible, newsworthy information.
Who is Nadia Mufaz?
Everyone knows David Barron, the face and voice of SSNN, if you will. But Nadia is in charge of all the research. All the best stories were written by her. She's really something.
Yeah, I could use the money.
And easy money, too. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
I guess I'm going to do this instead. You know what?
You've been busy, I hear, clearing out bad guys. Here, you deserve this.
Bro, 2,100 credits. I'm going to send you home.
What did you need? You will be lost without me, but as you wish.
So far, you're still my favorite companion to bring around. Well, Sam and you. But you don't like some of the things I say. So I don't want to lose affinity with you, Tommy.
I want to be the next David Barron. Even bigger.
Okay. Gave me a quest. Let's do a hard save. Why is it taking so long to do things? It hasn't done that before. Oh my god. Okay, so that quest we just got was called A Light in the Darkness. Nadia Mufaz is a researcher for SSN. She's looking for information on the attack on Vectera and is willing to pay for it. Talk to Nadia Mufaz? Who needs to talk to a lawyer? Lady. Good. This wasn't the quest I was going to do, but I'll do it. I'll freaking do it.
Okay, no bounty.
I do have a bounty. You aren't doing your job properly. My little rich man. Little rich boy. Woo! What? It looked like she had a gunshot in her butt.
It's Hope Tech. Are we surprised at the content?
Doesn't that look like she has a gunshot in her butt? It's kind of funny. To the commercial district. Let's go talk to a news reporter.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the settled systems. They like to set up shop in old facilities, places abandoned in the colony.
You can't go in. You just can't.
But David's my friend. He writes me.
I hate to break it to you, but his PA is the one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron's a very busy and important man.
all this way?
Listen, I might be able to hook you up with some merch. Maybe get you a ticket to a speaking gig he's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best! I will meet David. It's going to happen.
You are creepy, lady.
I can't believe I'm here. SSNN.
Especially because it's just a news.
Tell me you're not here to see Mr. Barron.
He's right there. She can literally just walk over here. He's right here.
It's important that the people of the United Colonies can trust their primary news source.
Welcome to SSNN.
Can I talk to David through the wall? David!
Administrations come and go in the big city, but SSNN is here to stay. If you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
Okay, sounds good.
If you've seen something interesting, let me know. If it pans out into a full story, you'll be compensated.
You got it, Nadia.
Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
Who are you?
A cog in the machine. If you mean literally, Nadia Mufaz, head researcher of the office. So if we got any facts wrong, I'm the one who files your complaint into the shredder.
Sounds good. What's your problem with David?
We spend hundreds of hours digging into stories, sorting the lies from the damned lies. Then David performs a 2-minute segment and wins an award. Who'd have a problem with that?
Sorry, I was getting a drink. I mean, yeah. I haven't actually met him because I didn't listen to the news story, but he does sound like a vain egomaniac.
Sounds like you know him personally. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. My guess is you really work for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things.
I always wanted to be famous. I actually don't want to be famous. That would, like, really screw over your life. I was eager to help the press. Life has gotten very weird and interesting lately. Actually, your intern asked me to do an interview for you.
Tommy? Tommy did something useful? So you must
Tommy's
be the
my favorite.
captain of the Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation. I'm interested only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me?
Why don't you hear me say this? Deliver news about the Gallbank robbery in Aquila. Wait, no, I didn't read all those. I can tell her all this stuff I've done. Okay. What's David Barron really like?
Dear Lord, everyone wants to know about Barron. He's a smart guy. He cares about what he's reporting. He's way too damn cozy with the UC, and that's a problem for us staying impartial. My biggest beef with him is he's credited with everything he reports, and he doesn't lift a finger to correct that impression.
How's it working for SSN?
We're short-staffed, overworked, and trying to report on a million things at once. Not to mention, there's a constant battle with the powers that be to maintain our journalistic principles. So, things are just swell.
What stories are you working on right now?
I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too dangerous. They'd probably be all for it if David asked.
You think anyone will read something like that?
I wouldn't be writing it if I didn't. Most people in New Atlantis like to pretend the well doesn't exist. I think it's important to call attention to what's going on down there.
You got it, Piper. I'd be willing to do the interviews for you.
Really? You sure? The well's a pretty dangerous place. It might be too much for a first-time reporter.
If I help you out, will you give me credit as a co-author?
Who Who do I look like? David Barron? Yeah, I'd give you credit for your work. Credits, too. I have a small budget for things like this.
Consider it done.
Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's House, Henrik Zoran at Apex Electronics, and Nurse O'Shea from the Med Bay. You don't need to ask too many tough questions. I just want to read on how their businesses are doing and how things are in the well. I really can't thank you enough.
That starts the quest primary sources, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing a light in the darkness. So I can tell her about the Vectera mining attack, about Scow and Captain Petrov, or the Galbank robbery. Is it like a 1 and then I can't do it again? Can I only tell her one story? Let's do a quick save.
Do you have a story for me or not?
Yeah, the Crimson Fleet attacked an Argos mining facility on Vectera.
Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Do I tell them about Constellations commissioning the dig? I don't think I should. We were mining beryllium, iron, some rare minerals. Easy credits for them.
Rare minerals, you say? That would be worth the price of admission. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
We're in the whole dig. I was one of the miners. But now I'm with Constellation.
Wow, an actual member of Constellation graces my office. Do we bow? Maybe smoke a pipe? So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do? How'd a bunch of miners triumph?
Because of the thing, I'm gonna go ahead and say his name. He deserves this to be memorialized. We had help. Barrett, a member of Constellation, and his robot Vasco.
How heartwarming. Constellation banding together with some dusty miners. I like it. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by. And take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report.
So I can tell her the other
You
ones.
talk and get paid, I spread the news. It's a classic win-win.
I'm not gonna do this one because I want to go grab Sam. So Captain Petrov's ship, the Scow, was robbed.
I already interviewed an ex-pirate about the robbery. But she was as reliable as good coffee around here. So you were there when it went down? What were you doing there?
Robbing him. I was the one robbing him.
Oh boy. Anything you tell me as a source, I won't reveal. But there's limits to my journalistic integrity. That said, I've heard maybe the captain had it coming. Tell me about this Captain Petrov.
Oh my god.
I've heard he's a bit of an eccentric. What was your impression of him?
I actually liked him. I didn't want to kill him, so I didn't. He's full of himself. He was a character, alright. I liked him. Petrov was a hoarder and liked to collect anything strange or unusual.
I would have loved to have seen it. I'm sure it would make a good story right there. No one seems to know exactly what was stolen, but everyone agrees it was valuable. Care to shed some light on it?
A giant golden statue of a giraffe.
Sure, right. Try again. What was stolen?
Telling the truth, the statue was huge. It had emerald eyes. It was the craziest thing.
I guess it takes all types? Last question. About, and I'm quoting, a zoo gone wild. The other source swore up and down that alien creatures got out of their cages and went on a rampage. Please, please, please tell me she was telling the truth. It's got to be some Aurora-induced hallucination.
Why do you want it to be true?
You mean besides the ratings? I just want to live in a galaxy where eccentric millionaires have out-of-control zoos. But just give it to me straight. Zoo. Fact or fiction?
That's 100% true.
Some days, it is worth it to get out of bed. I love it. This is just a plain old good story. Check the newsfeed for it later. And here's your payment.
Is there actual... Will she actually talk on these? I'll be right back. Hold on. I need to...
David's amazing. And I hear he's single.
That's nice. How do I get to... There's the lodge. I don't know what district it's in. And you can't actually see like a map, so... We'll just break our ankles and go to the spaceport. Sammy! Okay. Run through the memorial fountain. Okay.
Greetings, Captain.
A brief history of time. If you find any addition,
I'm listening.
any at all, I will be your friend like forever. Dad, have you ever tried Aurora?
Oh! He was right there.
I'm up for a little adventure.
Ready to get back out there? Sorry, Cora. It won't take long. He woke up to talk to her, went to lay back down.
I miss the company.
You're with your daughter and Sarah.
The public face of the United Colonies.
Speaking of which, why is Andraja? What do you mean I reached the number? 4. Does Sam count as 2?
How can I be of service, Captain?
Or do I count as one of my own crew members? Because I don't think I should. So that's Vasco, Sarah, and Sam is 3. Unless it's counting Cora, meaning Sam counts as 2. Andraja should be able to go.
Pride and joy of the UC.
I'm also being honest. Vasco shouldn't count. Because I assume that they're counting it for resources. And Vasco doesn't need resources. I don't know. Means now I have to go back to the lodge to pick her up. I have to wait for Sam to catch up because I decided to jump up here.
You have another story for me?
SSNN is supposed to be impartial, but I think the UC's got a finger on the scale there. Or a whole hand.
Sounds good. Just in case he doesn't like this.
My source is back. Here to report anything else?
I have information about the Gal Bank robbery on Aquila.
You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true?
It's my first time there, too. Welcome to Aquila. Don't mind the robbery. No, we don't want to shoot down the planet. There was a standoff, all right.
I'd say I'm surprised, but this is my total lack of surprise face. What happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang?
I mean, yeah, I ended up killing them all. I tried not to, but my persuasion was pretty low. You know how it is.
Wait, what? You cleaned them out? Jesus. I'm sorry, but I might have to dig up some witnesses to confirm that. Anyway,
Sam's
these
right
things
here.
are often messy. Any customers or Gal Bank staff get hurt?
No. Thankfully, there were no casualties. Not even any injuries I know of.
That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of story. You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye.
I mean, yeah, dude, desperate things. Desperate people do desperate things. The Rangers kept it from turning into a massacre. The Rangers can't protect their own bank. No, yeah. I'm gonna go with this one.
Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this.
Okay. So this isn't done, which means I can tell her more stories. Okay. So that's probably through doing more side quest stuff. Because that was a side quest, that was a main quest, that was a main quest. It was kind of a main quest, but it was a side quest, main quest. Got it.